pick that. They're all my friends. There honestly is okay, you know, my favorite voice actor is my husband. How's that? He's a voice actor as well. He's slowly.
That's cheating.
What? That's cheating?
I'm sorry.
I feel like that's the opposite of cheating. I feel like that's my ultimate loyalty. Yeah, no, I can't pick a favorite voice actor, and also a lot of the voice actors are becoming voice directors, so I'm certainly not going to say, like, oh, this is my favorite director, and then they'll be like, oh, I saw this panel where you said so-and-so was your favorite. I'm not casting you in this. I hold the power now. And honestly, I just love working. I love working with them and hanging out with them. I couldn't even pick, like, oh, you know, I went and worked out with all the girls from Sailor Moon, and we did, like, CRX the other day. Very strange. And then when I'm with Alexis Tipton, we tell ghost stories and things like that. So there's different things that I bond with different people over. So I can't pick a favorite, because that's like saying, like, the relationship that we have is not enough. I don't want to do that. So fun, though.
What about a regular actor?
I'm going to piggyback on that and ask, maybe not your favorite, but who are some of your biggest inspirations as a voice actor?
My biggest inspiration as a voice actor would probably just be actors in general. I think Meryl Streep is insane. I love Kate Winslet. I love Emma Thompson. Emma Thompson is one of my, I just think she's a brilliant woman. And I mean, I love Tara Strong's work. I think like Bubbles is one of my favorite characters. Certainly my favorite Powerpuff Girl. Trying to think other like voice actor people. I mean, all of the girls at Funimation, Monica Rial, Colleen Clinkenbeard, Laura Bailey, Caitlin Glass, all of the Carrie Savage, all those people that came, I guess, before me, Jamie Markey, they all taught me so much. I mean, Jamie was the first person to teach me how to do fighting reactions. So I would not be where I'm at. Colleen was the one who told me to start doing deeper voice characters. And I said, I can't do that. That's like your thing. She goes, no, you can do it, and I'm going to help you. So without their guidance and direction and then taking a chance on me in a role, I would not know the things that I'm capable of doing. So.
All right.
How was it to play Plutia from Hyperdimension Neptunia?
That was so much fun.
Because she was really floating, and she came to status, and I thought really interesting.
That is my favorite. That I mean, I love all of them actually, but it's so fun to get to play because I don't have that kind of a voice. But that soft, very sweet, quality, high pitched kind of voice, so much fun because I'm not like that at all. And I like the people, I like playing the characters that shock everybody, that people go, oh, there's that kind of character. Or she's not very smart. And then out of nowhere they come in and they have all the answers, secretly, actually not even secretly, I will say it in the booth. I will say, yeah, that's right. That's right. Don't shut her down before she could show you what she can do. And they're like, oh, Cherami, scale it back. Cartoon. But yeah, no, that was awesome. I loved getting to play her. She's so sweet and lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, any other questions? Up front? All right. So we're going to go 1, 2. I'm going to get to you in just a second, okay?
What is the character that allowed you to grow most as a person?
I don't think I can narrow it down to one character. It's been very fortunate how I have been gifted with characters at certain times in my life where I will be struggling with an issue and not even know it, and find that the character is dealing with the same issue, or that the character finds the answer to something that triggers something in my head. So I feel like it's been almost like a huge divine joke. There's somebody up there writing reading out my life story, and they're like, and then she's gonna get this character, and that will help her figure out this part of her life. So I don't think I can narrow it down. I would just say, in the order that they've come in, they've really built on each other, and as a whole, it's been very helpful for me in my exploration of self.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
How was playing as Lunar?
Lunar in My Bride is a Mermaid was terrifying because I don't like singing in front of people. And then I get cast as a pop star who has to sing all the time. It was a problem. But when we went to the audition, it was Alexis and I. We had a callback, and we never have callbacks at Funimation. And I had gone in, because I was like, well, I'm not a great singer. I don't like singing in front of people. This is going to be horrible. How many people are auditioning for this? Because I do want to get cast. I'm very competitive. But I also have to like let it go. I know everything happens for a reason, but ultimately I'm very competitive. Board games with my husband and I, it's a horrible situation. We're both incredibly competitive. If our team doesn't win, we don't talk to each other for 10 minutes. Like, we don't want to admit that it was our fault. It was the other person's fault. But with that show, we had to learn 3 songs. I walked in and Alexis Tipton was sitting there, and I was like, oh man, she's such a great singer. This sucks. And I was auditioning for Sun and Lunar. I didn't know that Alexis was auditioning for the same thing. I just said, you auditioning for My Bride is a Mermaid? She's like, yeah. I went in there and talked to the director. I was like, so how many people are you seeing today? He goes, so many. Like, I just don't want to hear anybody sing anymore. And I'm like, this is horrible. This is horrible. He told Alexis the same thing. We worked on that show about 4 or 5 years ago. We only found out about 6 months ago that we were the only 2 people called back. So it was a whole mind game that they played with both Alexis and I. We were both called back for 2 roles. We were getting cast. They just didn't know which role they were going to put us in. But it was a huge fun game for everybody at Funimation to make Alexis and Cherami feel like there were so many people coming, and we were just there at the end of the day, and they were tired, and they didn't even want to listen to us. So yeah, once I got cast, it was very fun. It was very scary to learn the songs and go in and record with Brina Palencia, who was like the music madam at Funimation. She did the vocal direction. I was like, she's gonna kick me out. But no, she didn't. She was very helpful, and I had to get over singing in front of people. And since then, I've had like 3 or 4 roles where I've had to sing on camera, so I had to get over that real quick. But yeah, it was very awesome. Yes.
Okay, this might be a little bit long involved, but
Okay.
there is a question in here.
Awesome.
First thing I ever heard you in was Bamboo Lane.
Awesome.
And then when you explained what was happening when you were doing that, it's no wonder that Tamaki is so soft-spoken. Except for the few times when she screams.
Yes.
And of most all the voice actresses I've heard, you've got some of the most distinctive screams I think I've ever.
Thank you.
Do you have like a standard scream and then like a drawer full of special screams? Because
I started working when I was 6, and so I worked on a project when I was 8, and my character was supposed to, and I know that I can project very loud, I know I can get very loud, and my parents have always told me, like, there's inside voice, and there's inside voice with people, and then there's inside voice in a small circle. Like, I had levels with my parents so that I would understand, like, not everyone needed to hear the conversation. So when I was 8 and I was working on this thing and I had to find a bear and scream, I went to the sound editor who was wearing headphones and I mic'd right here, so it was going to be loud. And I said, so when you want me to scream, do you want me to scream full force? Do you want me to scale it back? Do you want like a middle? Or He goes, full force is good. I was like, are you sure? You want full force? He was like, yeah, totally. I mean, I can handle it. I do this all the time. I'm like, okay. So I went in, and at that point, like, I had to have a parent on set with us because I was 8. And my mom said the sound guy went like, okay. And she said, and apparently I was a very sassy child, I went to him, I was like, I told you. I specifically asked. And he was like, you did. Scale it back. I was like, you want half? And he goes, no, scale it back a little bit more. I was like, okay. So I knew at that point, now since I've worked on other things like with Tamaki, we made it, I love that character because I never get to play soft voice characters, and I love that she has like a little knowledge about her and she's kind of sarcastic with her delivery of it being really soft. So luckily, that was the last voice to go because I wasn't projecting as much and I can keep it a little smaller. So I got to do that one the longest. But I had never screamed in a soft, high-pitched quality. It's very hard to scream and also like restrain it back. So those screams were hard to get for a little while. But yeah, I'll just know how the character is screaming and know if it's like with Fairy Tale, I'll always say, do you want like a legit scream, like she's running through the woods terrified for her life, or is this like a wacky, like we're falling off of a cliff and we're going to bounce back, it'll be fine. So I'll just watch what the animation is and then kind of play around with it and try not to blow my voice too bad. But normally it tolerates screams pretty well. I can scream all the time and normally be okay. Quite fun.